Hello and welcome back to the October monthly pickups, where I'm actually starting this on the 4th of October because I initially thought I'd only pick up one thing for the first week of the month, but I went into town and I picked up some more stuff. So instead of me just doing one and then jumping to when I got other stuff, I decided to wait for a little stack to build up. So we'll start with uh, the first thing I got on the 2nd of October. It was a Blu-ray, and I should actually also mention what I have in terms of DVDs and Blu-rays, which is two Blu-rays, a DVD plus a video game DLC type of thing. Um, Brings me up to now 800 DVDs and Blu-rays because I found an app that I use called Libib. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just want to make that very clear. It's just an app that I use now to keep track of my collection. And according to that, I have 429 Blu-rays in total, including TV shows and movies. Sorry, 329, yeah. As for DVDs, it's 471, I believe. So yeah. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into what I got. So I for €4 in CEX, I picked up Thor Ragnarok. The I've only seen two Thor films. It's Ragnarok and Love and Thunder. Haven't seen the first two yet, but for €4, I needed it for the collection because I do have the first two Thor films, that I haven't seen. So yeah, now all I'm missing for the Thor side of movies is Love and Thunder, which a lot of people did not like. I didn't mind it. Could it have been better? Yes, definitely. It was definitely, you know, like this was successful for a reason. However, Love and Thunder took this and amped it up to a 15 when it shouldn't really have been that way. But I'm still happy enough to have this in my collection now. Um, because I genuinely did enjoy this movie, and at some point I will get around to watching Thor and Thor: The Dark World. So that was the first thing that I picked up. So now we get on to today. So I went and I stopped into a charity shop. And this is a charity shop that I have a bit of issues with sometimes on their pricing for certain things. That is video games. They tend to like stupidly overprice things. Like they have a Professor Layton Nintendo DS game. They want €8 for that. Which is way less than what I would get for trading it in. I would actually lose money buying that and trying to trade that into CEX. Because that's something that I do with video games. If I don't need it and it's for a system I don't collect for, I know I can at least get a profit from buying it. I will and trading it in. That's what I will do, because that's what I ended up doing today actually. But the one thing that I found in this St. Vincent de Paul charity shop, I bought on a whim because I wasn't sure, 100% sure, if this would actually play on my Xbox One. Thankfully, it does, which means I can play different regions other than PAL on there, movie wise. So I can start importing stuff from America, Japan, all of that stuff because this is actually from Japan itself, and that is Dragon Ball Z Volume 4. So yes, this has episodes 19 to 24 of the same saga at the very, very beginning. And it's in this, I don't know the correct terminology for it to call one of these cases. It's like a CD, a long CD case. So there's the front, with Krillin, two Cybermen's, Nappa and Vegeta, which this came out in 2007, and it initially retailed for either 3,990 yen or 3,800 yen. And I paid a euro for this. So here is the back. So yes, I put it into my Xbox and it works. It plays it all. There's no problem. It doesn't have subtitles. Like I went to the menu because as soon as I put it in, it just jumped straight into Chala He Chala, and then started on episode 19. Um, and so I went to the menu, and there's literally just three options: play again, but it skips the intro Chala He Chala, the full version, and then episode select. And then through episode select, I'm sure I'll be able to select different scenes and stuff. That's just basic from what I got from holding Google Translate, the Google Translate app on my phone up to the TV screen. Um, am I sad that there's no subtitles? Yes, but I know these episodes like the back of my hand, that I'm able to actually watch them and you know get past not knowing exactly what's being said, because these episodes, because I just realized on the back here it does give the original air date. So these were coming out in 1989, September and October of 1989. So yeah, there's that, and it's one of these weird ones. Like I have to press there's a button here that I have to press in order to open it, and it looks, honestly, I love the inside of it. We have the same artwork that's there for the disc, and then taking it out, we do see Super Saiyan Goku, and then there's obviously let me see if I can get this out. Yeah, so there's the basically front cover of it. So there's it opened up, and then I guess it. Okay, so we have. I'm going to need to use Google Translate on this, because I'm not even going to try and take a guess at this. So I was going to stop the recording and tell you, but I don't want to have to deal with that. So I will pause just to put it back in. So yeah, basically that's also now a tip for my fellow physical media collectors that owns an Xbox One. It could be like the earliest one, which I know is like very very cheap now, because that's what my one is. Mine is the 2013 500 gigabyte model. So that's a potential cheap route to go, to be able to watch region free movies. I think at most you'd be paying like 100 or so, maybe less. I don't know what way it works where you guys are. Um, but yeah, anyway, continuing on. Now that we're 8 minutes into this video, and I still have a few more things to show off. So I went into another charity shop, the NCBI charity shop, but I believe it's actually going to be renamed soon. And I go in. I've found a few VHS in there before. I found The Godfather Part 2 and 3, as well as the 25th anniversary of The Exorcist on VHS. A good while ago, but I very rarely go in. I went in this time, and they had three video games that on the PlayStation that I bought for a fiver. And I immediately traded them into CEX. Those were Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It was Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, and Vice City. And the only thing that I kept from Vice City and San Andreas were the maps. Now, if I tilt this up, you do see that I do have both already. I have the Vice City map, and then above Goku there, I have the San Andreas for Face Force. The uh, you know what I'm trying to say. And so yeah, I just kept these to give away, to not give away on the channel, but for like friends, if my local friends, that if they want it, I have no need for them, but I just kept them for that purpose. So I traded them in, and I got €11 on a voucher. I got three each for, I think it was San Andreas and Vice City. I think I have the receipt still in my pocket, so I can actually tell you, and I do. Yeah, so I got, no, that's what I ended up buying, not what I got. Is it in my other pocket? No, I must have put it in my bag. But yeah, I think I got three for two of them, and then I got five or so. Uh, I don't know. But anyway, it all added up to €11. So I only got two things. The first thing that I copped in the Blu-ray section was this. It was Star Trek: The Next Generation. Now it's not any of the seasons. It's basically your introduction to what Star Trek is going to look like on Blu-ray because it includes three episodes. It includes the very first episode, Encounter at Farpoint. It also includes Sins of the Father, um, as well as the Inner Light. So, does that mean I'm going to start collecting, the original series and next gen on Blu-ray? The answer is no. I'm happy enough having the box set that I have, as well as the Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, and now these three episodes on Blu-ray as well. Because I've seen this, advertised on CEX quite a while. Not in my local store. This must have been like a recent trade-in, and I've always wondered what episodes were on, the taste of TNG in high definition. Um, so yeah, moving on. The DLC that I got, kind of, was for Fallout 3 because back in the day, sometimes, before they would release, the Game of the Year edition that included all the DLC on there, they would put out this, which is a disc containing two DLC. Now, when I bought my Fallout 3, I did have the DLC with it, two DLC, Into the Pit and Operation Anchorage. When I tried playing it on my Xbox One, it would install, but it wouldn't give me the DLC until I started playing it on my Xbox 360. Net on the 360, it gives me the DLCs. I played the DLCs. They're garbage, absolutely garbage. But with these, uh, this has the other two DLC, which is Broken Steel and Point Lookout, because I'm actually doing my second playthrough of Fallout 3. So it also comes with the manual, but I've left the disc there because, as you can see, the tray is a bit broken, so I'm going to have to use a donor case for that. But that now 12.5 minute ramble on just four things is done. So let's see what else I can pick up for the rest of this month, because I'm pretty sure there's a Dublin trip happening at some point this month. Whether or not I've filmed it as a live DVD and Blu-ray hunt, I don't know yet. You'll obviously know by the time this comes out at the end of the month. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's see what else I get for the rest of the month. Okay, so it's Sunday the 13th, and I have enough stuff to actually warrant showing off for this pickups video. So we have four things, technically six, because one of the things has three in it. So we have a VHS, two DVDs, and a video game. So we'll start off with the VHS. So the day after I had filmed, the most recent stuff that I showed off, took 12 minutes. No, it was Saturday. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so the day out. Yeah, so the day after Saturday, I went up to a charity shop that I only get to once a week when I help my nanny out, my granny, and the only thing that they had for the Euro was Shrek 2 on VHS. So I have the first one on VHS. So this was an instant, buy. And here is the back. And apparently, we have an all-new surprise ending from the Far, Far Away Idol. Your favorite characters battle it out in this hilarious spoof, a singer showdown with 11 hit songs. So yeah, that was €1. I checked it out when I got home. It works. There is zero mold from what I can see on the tape. So yeah, that means I have, like I said, I have the first one. So that marks 42 VHS tapes in my collection. So on Wednesday, I went into a charity shop and I picked up two things. I picked up this box set and I picked up a video game. And that video game I traded into CEX, which was Call of Duty Black Ops on Xbox 360. I already have a pretty beat up steelbook of it, so I didn't really need another copy. So usually, like I said, usually if I find a video game that I get more for trading it in than what I'm buying it for, that's what I usually will do, and then I'll use that trade in to go towards something I actually want. But there was a box set there that they had, and I was like, okay, it's €4, I'll buy it. And that is the Beatles recollection or recollection. I'm not entirely too sure, but we have 3 different DVDs, and then there they are on the back. So I'll of course go through them one by one. We have the Beatles' "Love Me Do," a documentary. Um, so there's that. There is some artwork on the disc, which is just the standard brick wall. Then we also have Alf Bricknell's presents Personal Beatles Diary. Uh, so there's that. There's the side, and then it's kind of the same artwork as the front of the DVD. And then lastly, we have the Beatles Celebration, which probably my favorite artwork of all the discs. And then on the back, we have the Fab Four, and then the disc art is actually different of the Fab Four. So yeah, that was €4, and I was like, yeah, I'll definitely add that into my collection because I want to have more Beatles stuff in my collection because I'm a pretty big fan of the Beatles. You know, I grew up on their music. One of my for history in my leaving cert, I did a history essay on the Beatles. Still got a D though on that. I think because of my essay is what allowed me to get the D instead of a fail. But anyway, so we move on to today, Sunday. I picked up 2 things because whilst I was waiting for some friends to come down to go play Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals, I was killing time in CEX, and the first thing that I seen that they had for the Euro, I was like, okay, I know they have the original there for 15. I'm not too pushed for on paying €15 for a DVD. Now, granted, I did have a voucher, but I still just I'll pick this up now. I can always pick up the original later on down the line, and that is for the 2002 remake of The Time Machine. So yeah, like I said, I've seen bits of the original. Haven't seen any of the live action remake, or not the live action. Both of them are live action, but the 2002 remake. So for the Euro, I was like, okay, I'll definitely, add this into my collection. There kind of is artwork on the disc there. So the final thing that they had was, and I should actually take something out here, because otherwise you might be able to steal my voucher, the last of my voucher. So for €5, I picked up this video game. I did have it originally, but when I tested it out on my Xbox, it wasn't working, so I had to bring it back, and unfortunately, they just didn't have any other copies to swap it out for. So they had like a few copies had traded in. One of them was like super watered down. I was like, that kind of sucks because if it was in a better condition, I probably would have bought it. So whilst I was just killing time checking out the actual Xbox 360 side of things, I did notice that they had a clean one, so I bought it. Didn't have the manual, but they had thrown out another copy of it that had like a reprint cover of the US one. So I asked, hey, can you check to see if the manual's in that one? Sure enough, it was. So for €5, I picked up this hidden gem, Enslaved Odyssey to the West. So yeah, I'm happy to have this again in the collection because I haven't even played it. So it is complete in box, and hopefully this one will work. I know they have a few copies there anyway now. So even if my copy doesn't work, they can, I can bring it back and get it replaced. So I still have a €2 voucher left, so I'll use that for whatever else I decide to pick up from CEX. But that's all I have for right now. Let's see what else I can get for the rest of this week. Not rest of this week, the rest of this month. I'll see you in a second. Okay, let me actually put on the ring light here. So it's the 23rd of October, and I have 3 things to show off: a DVD steelbook, a VHS tape, and a toy. So I didn't pick up anything this week. This is all stuff that I picked up last week, and I wanted to wait to see if I got anything this week. But considering the fact that I'm going up to Dublin within a week, so literally before this, a little bit after actually this comes out, the 1st of November is when this is coming out, which is wild that I'm not actually posting this on within the actual month, but that's just how things are falling um, this month. Um, so yeah, we'll start off with the uh, the steelbook because it's a steelbook that contains five different action movies. And I got it for one movie in particular. So this steelbook is the greatest ever action heroes. I paid €5 for this in a charity shop. A little bit more than what CEX normally sells it for, but I took a gamble on leaving it there for it to be for when I would be able to buy it, and it worked. So as you've seen on this, in the steelbook, it contains True Lies, The Detonator, Bad Boys, The Foreigner, and Hard Target. I've seen a bit of Bad Boys, but the main reason why I bought it was for True Lies because I've heard a lot of good things about it. So that gives the brief description of it, and it has all of the movies in it. So there we are, and yeah, for like I don't mind paying a fiver for a steelbook, in pretty good condition, and for to have like five different movies, it's pretty good, you know, and I let me see, yeah, so like I'll probably will get around to the other movies, but like I said, I predominantly bought this for True Lies. So it's the only steelbook that I've gotten this week that I know of, because again, Dublin is a week away, so potentially I could get some steelbooks. I don't know. Will I film it as a live DVD and Blu-ray hunt? Probably not. If it had taken place earlier in the month, yes, I would have. But I want to get this pickups video out sometime this year. So the VHS that I bought it for nostalgic reasons. I won't lie. I bought it for nostalgic reasons because four out of the five I grew up with, and then the more I look at the fifth one that's contained on this, the more it unlocks a forgotten memory that I had of actually liking the show or recollection of maybe seeing the show. They're all um, stuff that programs that were on the CBBC's channel. So yeah, it's the best of preschool television, CBBC, in a cardboard sleeve, which I do have some cardboard, but not like this cardboard. So there it is on the back. So we've got um Andy Pandy and his friends, which is the one that is kind of unlocking a memory. Then of course we have, you know, Teletubbies, Tweenies. The one that I used to love so much, but I would never. It's very rare that I would catch it as a kid. Was the Fimbles, and then of course, Bill and Bill and Ben, the Flower Pop twins. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Um, but yeah, I've tested it out. It works. So it was a euro. It was a euro. So because I do remember the first place me and my mother moved to after I moved out from my grandparents, was a one bedroom house, and I remember having, obviously, where are they? I remember having these toys as well as a bunch of, Thomas the Tank Engine shit I liked when I was, 3 or 4. But I do remember, and I wish I still had it, because I only have one VHS of the whole movies that my mother used to record. Because there was probably a lot of stuff I could make videos on if I still had the other one. Um, Myself and my cousin actually made like a movie story going over like intertwining different things. That's the only recollection that I have of it, and that my mother actually filmed it on VHS. That's it. Because I know it includes Bill and Ben. Again, I believe that's them. As well as Thomas the Tank Engine, and probably some other stuff that I've forgotten about from again when I was 3 or 4. So that's the physical side of things, and then toy wise, I picked this guy up for €3. I just gave you a little flash there of who and what it is, and I'm sure once I power him on, he'll speak, and you'll instantly know who it is if that little sneak peek didn't give it away.
Howdy, partner. My name's Sheriff Woody, but you can just call me Woody.
Yeah, I got a Woody doll, and like, look at the fucking.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
Yeah, you can shut up now, Woody. Look at the fucking size of this guy. Like, granted, the hat isn't.
Like riding through town with my favorite deputy.
Yeah,
he. That's you, partner.
I haven't even pulled the string, and that like this is what he does. He'll talk normally, without pulling the string. So I know the hat is Jesse's. So the hat isn't, correct.
Being sheriff is a big responsibility, but hey, someone's got to do it.
Yeah. So and this string does work.
There's a mistake in my folks. Reach for the sky. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Okay, now I'm going to knock you off because you are a yapper. So yeah, it was €3 in a charity shop, and I've been wanting a Woody for a while because which way will I go? If I turn my head this way, you do see a Buzz behind me. Now that Buzz, obviously these are more like newer versions than what I grew up with. But still, I love Toy Story. Not Toy Story 3 though. Toy Story 3, I'm not a fan of it. The two times that I've watched it, just not a fan. But I do love Toy Story 1 and 2. Those were the ones that, Toy Story 2 especially, was the one that I would watch religiously, and it's one that I'm actually happy, to have on VHS. But now I just gotta find a place for him. I have no idea. Maybe I might put him on top of the TV there. But I don't know. We'll see. But let's see what I get from Dublin in a week's time. Okay, new phone. Who this? Yeah. So I'm recording this literally just before uploading this. Or probably I'll end up uploading it when I get back from going for food. I don't know. We'll see what time I have. So yeah, got a new phone because I dropped my last one literally yesterday. And so I've upgraded from a Pixel 6 to a Pixel 7a, which means the front-facing camera can also record in 4K now. So it's not just the back camera, like with the Pixel 6. I could have gotten the screen fixed with the other phone, but for the extra €115, I upgraded to the new phone. So I have been to Dublin, and I do have some things to show off. One, I do have to show off first, because I got that before going up to Dublin. And that is a Blu-ray for Pokemon Detective Pikachu. So I got this for a $5. I love this movie. Haven't seen it since it came out in cinema, because I remember going to see it with my cousin and a bunch of our friends for that one. So yeah, very happy to have this in the collection. Great movie. Really, really enjoyed it. So moving on to today's trip. I did not go too crazy. Like this is the stack of everything. We have 3 Blu-rays, one of which is a Steelbook, a comic, 2 DVDs, and something Doctor Who related. So let's, as always, go in where I got things first. So starting off with is HMV. I got 2 things there. The first one is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I watched this for the very first time this year, and this movie has no fucking right being as good as it is. Like, there is a bit of a glare. I think I need to, because I can see it where my hand is there. I'm not sure how well that's going to come out on camera. But yeah, I absolutely love this movie. It had, there was sentiment going around of what I just said, where this movie has no right to be as good as it is. And I paid $8.99 for this movie, brand new. So it also includes over an hour of bonus features. So there is the front, there is the back, and we actually have disc art, which is cool. I'm very happy that we have disc art. I absolutely fucking love this film. I love the fact that it's dealing with death, literally, and the fight scenes. Oh my god, the fight scenes are so gorgeous in this movie. Um, so yeah, happy to finally own this in my collection. For the DVD that I got, I paid $12.99 for it, and I'm happy that I did because I love these two specials. So it's South Park related, and it is the post-COVID specials. I fucking loved the idea that they done where they actually aged the boys up. Seeing what a potential post-COVID universe could have looked like in the South Park universe. With the boys drifting apart, not being friends, and Cartman being successful and a Jew, which is funny considering the fact that he kept ripping on Kyle for that, and Kyle thinks that he is ripping on him for that. It's like a whole big conspiracy about that. But even Butters, I fucking loved Vic Chaos in this. That was just so genius. So yeah, we do have disc art, and we do have art behind the disc of when Kenny went to travel back in time to prevent him and his friends from not being friends. So yeah, like I said, every South Park special after the post-COVID special has not lived up to this. That's how good the post-COVID specials are, in my opinion. I absolutely love and adore them. And to be honest, I'm probably due a rewatch at some point. So now that I have it on physical, because I do want to have every South Park season and special on physical media, I'm one step closer to that. Moving into Liffey Street CEX. If you know me, every time I take a trip up to Dublin, there's always one thing that always happens. One of the 3 CEX shops that I visit will not have what I want. Liffey Street was that one, because the one thing that I really, really wanted was season 2 of Star Trek Discovery. I only have season 1. I have season 1, season 4. I forgot I had season 4. And it was like €12 for the DVD. And I brought what I had up, and of course, that was the one thing that they couldn't find. So that was a bit of a bummer. But what I did get was season 6 of 2.5 Men. Which you know me, I love 2.5 Men up until the early Ashton Kutcher seasons. They weren't that bad, but then they went downhill after that. But yes, I do love 2.5 Men, especially season 6. There's a lot of great and wonderful episodes in this, judging by the stills on the back there. So I'm very happy to have that in the collection, because I have up to season 4. So I have now season 6. I just need 5, 7, and 8. And then that's where I'm going to start collecting. I won't collect any of the Ashton Kutcher ones. The Blu-ray that I also got, and I was tempted to actually get a couple of Steelbooks. They had a Highlander Steelbook for 15, but I already have it on Blu-ray. I know I could have, taken out the DVD and put my Blu-ray inside of it, but I decided against it. They had a Ghost in the Shell movie Steelbook that I left behind for 6. But yeah, there just wasn't really much there that I wanted. So the Blu-ray that I got was the very first Doctor Strange film. I remember seeing this in cinema, and I haven't seen it since. It comes with a slip. So it was just €2, because I have Multiverse of Madness, so I needed that. So after I left Liffey Street, I went over to Gamers World, which is, a place to play card games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Warhammer, stuff like that. Because I went in because I needed card sleeves, so I bought like 4 boxes of these. So these are just the 2 that I don't have open, as well as I bought a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Then from there, I went into Forbidden Planet, and I got 2 things, the comic and the Doctor Who thing. So I'll show off the comic first, because I went and looked in their bargain bin to see what they had. And the only thing that really stood out to me was mainly just for the cover alone. and it's a X-Men 97 comic. I believe it's issue 3. And it's just this artwork on it is what drew me into it, and the fact that it was €1 as well. I couldn't say no to it, so I knew I wanted to come home with at least one comic book to add to my collection. So this was it. Then I went looking around to see what else they had, because they had the one thing that I wanted, which is what I'll show now in a second. I was a bit taken aback by the price, to be quite honest with you. I thought it would have been a different price. But that being the 15th Doctor's Sky Remote, aka the Sonic Screwdriver. Now, I am not going to be opening this in this video. I will have a review for that out on Saturday. So keep your eye out for that one. So there is the back. And I'll go into details on why I don't like this. Maybe actually having the actual, toy in my hand might actually sway my opinion. So from there, I went to Westmoreland Street CEX, but I actually didn't go to Georgia Street CEX, because by that time I was just tired, and I didn't want to spend any more money after getting this Steelbook and getting food, so I just hopped on the bus back home. And so the last thing that I have to show off is something that as soon as I seen it, I was like, yes, this is coming home with me. Because I didn't know that it was the Steelbook version that they had. And I paid €30 for it, for this Blu-ray Steelbook. And that is for Season 2 of Star Trek Picard. And it, apart from the back, which you can see the scratches on the back, it's good. It's in good condition. So I'm very happy to have this, and because I just did not want to leave Dublin without something Star Trek related, and I don't have any of the Picard seasons, so having Season 2 in my collection, because Liffey Street did have Season 1 for $28 on DVD, but I passed on that. Because I had a budget in mind going into these places. Between €20 and €30 was what I was going to spend. So yeah, I'm very happy to add this into the collection, and that is another month down. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. There will be 2 videos tomorrow. Obviously, there will be my Halloween special, which will be a review of Final Destination 3, which I'm going to push back from the usual 3 p.m. upload, because in the morning, I'm also going to have my Episode 3 review for Star Trek Lower Decks. So I shall catch you all for those. Let me know what you thought of what I got this past month. I'm happy with everything that I've gotten. So let's see what November brings around, because I'll definitely will be picking up the Deadpool and Wolverine, because I know that comes out November the 1st, so on Friday. So anyway, I'll catch you all for that stuff tomorrow, and yeah, I'll see you all on the next upload.